to Friday Reads, where I tell you what I'm reading this weekend and review last week's pick. So it's been a couple weeks since I've done a Friday Reads. That's because last Friday I was flying down to Texas to surprise my dad at his retirement party, which was a wild success. And so I didn't get a video filmed before I left. But I'm back, we're back, and I am going to tell you what I'm reading this long Labor Day weekend and review Before the Fall by Noah Hawley. So first, my Friday Reads this week is The Bazaar of Bad Dreams by Stephen King. This is a short story collection by Stephen King that came out last year. I have heard really creepy, scary, wonderful things about it. My friend Jordan picked it up and really loved it. I saw it at the library and was like, you know what, we gotta do it. So I got it. It's creepy so far, even though I've only read the first story. So we'll see. It probably will get creepier because it's Stephen King, and apparently there's a story in here that is absolutely terrifying. So there's at least one that's supposed to scare my pants off. So we'll see. So that's my Friday Reads, The Bazaar of Bad Dreams by Stephen King. So this week I'm going to review Before the Fall by Noah Hawley. This was my Friday Reads a couple weeks ago, and I really enjoyed this book. So the book opens on a plane crash with only two survivors, an artist and a little boy. And on this private plane that crashed, there was a conservative news network mogul and his family, a banker that was going to be indicted and indicted, was in big trouble, legal trouble for money issues, and his wife, the one family's bodyguard, and the pilots and flight attendants, and this artist, and the plane crashes. And only the artist and the little boy are left. And no one knows what happened. And the book is a series of progressions in the investigation and the aftermath of the plane crash and flashbacks to what happened in the weeks kind of leading up to the plane crash. And I just devoured this book. It read really quickly. I was just so interested in what was happening and didn't want to put it down and wanted to always pick it back up and finish it. I think that Hawley does a really great job of just writing these really full, rich, real characters. He did the villain really well, and by villain I don't mean like the reason the plane crashed, but just this character who is a news anchor on the conservative news network, and he's just so villainous, and it's just so disgustingly perfect of a character. And I really love the style of going back and forth between flashbacks and what was happening and the investigation and the aftermath. So really great plot, really great structure. My one complaint is that the end was predictably unpredictable. It was a little predictable. I was not expecting it to just kind of end the way it did, and I don't want to say how it ends because I don't want to spoil this book, but it was just a little disappointing. I loved the rest of the book so much that it was kind of a letdown. To get to the end, what are you gonna do? You know, it happens. But I really recommend Before the Fall by Noah Hawley. So that's all I have for this week's Friday Reads. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Litzy. We are at Game and Read. You can also find us on YouTube at Game and Read and at our website, gameandread.com. We're also getting back into podcasting. We had a couple episodes, took a little break. We're back. And you can listen to our podcast at gameandread.com or on iTunes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.